being inside at the highest level that Jay-Z likes to watch Beyonce with different men, such as Ray J.
Let me ask you something, Jonathan.
Do you remember that wild clip where Diddy slapped Jay-Z on stage? Not just a friendly pat, but straight up smacking his cheeks like he was sending a hidden message. Fans couldn't stop talking, saying Diddy was basically hinting at something way deeper that night. Well, here's the bombshell. Rihanna's former manager just dropped a jaw-dropping confession in an interview, exposing Jay-Z for allegedly being on the down low. That's right. He claimed Jay's been living a double life behind the scenes, and the details are so messy people can't believe it. And here's the kicker. According to him, Beyonce allegedly knows all about it and doesn't even mind, because she's supposedly living her own hidden truth. For years, Jaguar Wright has been putting these kinds of rumors out there, warning everyone that Hollywood's biggest power couple weren't what they seemed. Back then, folks dragged her through the mud, called her delusional, and said she was just chasing clout. But now, with this new revelation, some are saying she's finally being proven right. Let's not forget where this all started. When that clip of Diddy and Jay went viral, people instantly thought it looked way too suspicious. Diddy wasn't just joking around. He slapped Jay multiple times.
What I do know for a fact, not alleged, but DJ Khaled is bisexual. And Jay-Z has also participated in bisexual activities.
Would you want to say allegedly? For your safety?
There's no, I would say allegedly, if it was allegedly. DJ Khaled, 100%, has been involved in, I did a show called One Shot, and he was in Miami, and he was open with the guy that he was with. He was gay, and I don't understand what happens there where, because nobody said anything to me like, hey, make sure you don't, go out and say this on record, make sure you don't say this, da-da-da-da. So it's weird that would still be hidden. That seems like that should be a fact that DJ Khaled, at least in 2016, was definitely.
Okay, and we're gonna.
And Jay-Z is without question.
Okay.
Right there in front of the cameras, and the strangest part, Jay-Z actually laughed it off like he enjoyed it. Things really started heating up when an old 2012 interview of Jay-Z resurfaced, where he openly praised Obama for supporting gay marriage. In that clip, Jay said, and I quote, "What people do in their own homes is their business. You choose to love whoever you love. It's no different than discriminating against blacks. It's discrimination, plain and simple. I think announcing support of gay marriage is the right thing to do. So whether it costs Obama votes or not, again, it's not about votes. It's about people. It's the right thing to do as a human being." Now let's be real. There's absolutely nothing wrong with those words. But the internet, they ran with it. Fans began side-eyeing Jay, saying he seemed a little too passionate about the subject, and whispers about him secretly being DL started spreading faster than wildfire. And it didn't stop there. In 2018, Jay himself admitted that he cried tears of joy when his own mother finally came out as a lesbian. He even rapped about it, saying, "Mama had 4 kids, but she's a lesbian. Had to pretend so long that she's a thespian. Had to hide in the closet, so she Medicaid."
They set out to do that,
Did you personally see Jay-Z with transgender women? You personally?
I have, correct. It was during it was during the tour. It was during the tour with the Mill, DMX, Jay-Z.
The Hard Knock Life.
No.
Or maybe a different one.
Yeah, they had the documentary for it. What was that called? I'll think of it. I'll think of it here in a little bit.
Yeah, it was a documentary, backstage or
the backstage with the Mill and all that. I used to work with her, and I definitely. It was unmistakable. In 2024, the trans women are, it can be hard. Like a lot of people that they don't know, but back then it wasn't as advanced, and you could clearly tell, that was a guy.
Society's shame and the pain was too much to take. Jay described it as one of the happiest moments of his life, watching his mother finally live her truth. But here's where the story gets even more layered. People started pulling up his long fascination with the legendary artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. Jay has admitted that his signature hairstyle was actually inspired by Basquiat. Now, Basquiat never publicly confirmed anything about his sexuality while alive, but for decades, rumors swirled that he was bisexual, and fans believe Jay-Z's obsession with Basquiat wasn't just about art. They claim he saw himself reflected in Basquiat's hidden life. So between the Obama clip, his emotional reaction to his mom's coming out, and his deep connection to Basquiat, the internet couldn't stop speculating. There are plenty of old photos floating around the internet showing Basquiat looking real cozy with other men, sparking endless talk about his love life. Jay-Z, meanwhile, has never hidden just how much Basquiat inspired him. Back in 2013, he dropped a jaw-dropping $4.2 million on one of Basquiat's paintings, and he's even name-dropped the artist multiple times in his music. In one track, Jay rapped, "Yellow Basquiat in my kitchen corner. Go ahead, lean on that blue, you own it. I'm the new Jean-Michel, inspired by Basquiat. My chariot's on fire. Everybody took my body up, I'm tired." That line alone had fans raising eyebrows, saying Jay wasn't just inspired by Basquiat's art, but possibly by his rumored sexuality too. And just when people thought the down-low allegations couldn't get any crazier, Rihanna's ex-publicist Jonathan Hay jumped into the storm. In a recent interview, he spilled shocking claims about what he personally saw behind the scenes. According to him, Jay-Z and DJ Khaled were allegedly way closer than anyone in the public realized, to the point where he assumed they'd both be out of the closet by now. But Jonathan didn't stop there. He dropped a bombshell, saying he even witnessed Jay-Z getting intimate with a trans woman, and that Jay was fully aware of who she was. If that's true, it means all of this was going down while Jay was already married to Beyonce. But Jonathan didn't stop there. He went even further with some jaw-dropping claims. He said Jay wasn't just living a double life in private. He was allegedly arranging wild freak-off sessions, just like the ones Diddy was rumored to have with Cassie. According to him, Jay would bring other men into the picture, not only for himself, but even involving Beyonce in ways that left fans stunned. Jonathan even dropped Ray J's name, saying he was one of the men Jay allegedly pushed Beyonce to sleep with, while Jay sat back, recorded everything, and got off on watching. A lot of people were quick to believe Jonathan's words, especially since he also tied DJ Khaled into the mess. And let's not forget, Khaled's name had already been dragged before. Years ago, he was exposed in connection with one of Diddy's own male freak-off partners.
Is a cuckold, right? He likes to watch Beyonce with other men. Ray J, from what I heard, even before all this happened, was one of the guys that used to smash Beyonce while Jay-Z would watch. Diddy, as we know, is into those things.
Jonathan D. Back in 2018, that same Jonathan was arrested, and during police questioning, he spilled every dirty secret he knew. At the time, people brushed it off as nonsense and labeled him insane. But when footage resurfaced during the recent Diddy trial, everything he said was shockingly confirmed. He really was one of the men Diddy paid to be with Cassie, which means all the other names he dropped, including the gay rumors tied to DJ Khaled, suddenly don't sound so far-fetched anymore. And as if that wasn't enough, the conversation always circles back to Beyonce herself. For years, whispers have spread that she's secretly into women, and that her marriage with Jay is nothing more than a lavender marriage, a setup to hide both of their real lifestyles. Jaguar Wright has been one of the loudest voices pushing this theory, boldly accusing Beyonce of hiding her truth. Now here's where things get risky. Rihanna's ex-publicist better get himself a strong lawyer, because if he can't back these claims up with hard receipts and Jay-Z decides to take legal action, he could be in serious trouble. What made people gasp even more is when he boldly said he doesn't even need to say allegedly anymore, because in his words, he knows for a fact that Jay is gay. That kind of confidence had the internet going crazy, because most people wouldn't dare speak like that unless they felt untouchable. Of course, the public instantly weighed in with their own takes, and the comment sections lit up like wildfire. Surprisingly, a lot of people said they weren't shocked at all, claiming Jonathan has been speaking on Jay's private life for years. One user wrote, "He didn't just pop up with this now, he's been exposing Jay for a long time." Another person pointed back to Nas's infamous diss track from the 90s, saying, "Nas already hinted at this decades ago. Go research the lyrics. The industry knows what's up." And then there were the realists, chiming in with reminders that fans put way too much trust in these celebrities.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boulay is a branch of the Illuminati, and he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a slave, okay? For them, that's what I was. That's all right? I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. Mark Eros and Ben Mercedes were his attorneys, okay? And Christopher Leon's here was my attorney. They asked me to turn in that, which was the video recording, and I did so. Yes, I have a good friend, a breakfast buddy. His name is Luis David Gonzalez, and he's a witness that Ross came in at my house post-settlement. After we settled, Diddy sent Ross, and I asked him to go see if that was Ross and confirm his identity. Basically, what happened is Diddy sent Ross, which they're good buddies, okay? Mm-hmm. They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross and Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross,
yeah.
and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter.
Hamas. Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worry.
Hamas supporter, okay?
Right.
One blunt comment read, "I wish people would stop worshiping these folks. You don't actually know them." Fans quickly started digging up old receipts, and of course, Nas's legendary diss track against Jay from the early 2000s got dragged back into the spotlight. In Ether, Nas didn't just take shots at Jay's rap skills. He threw in lines that many now believe were coded hints about Jay's private life. Some fans swear that Nas was already exposing what insiders knew, but the public just wasn't ready to catch it back then. On social media, people were posting clips of the song and pointing out lines where Nas accused Jay of shady behavior behind closed doors. One fan wrote, "Nas wasn't just rapping, he was spilling tea the whole time. We just thought it was regular beef." Another chimed in, "If you go back and listen with fresh ears, you'll hear it. He was telling us years ago who Jay really was." While Jay's name keeps getting dragged through the mud, Beyonce isn't exactly being left out of the conversation either. With all these fresh allegations flying around, people online are now asking the real question. Did Beyonce know the whole time? And if she did, why has she never once spoken out against these rumors? Some fans believe her silence is proof she's protecting both her image and Jay's, keeping their billion-dollar empire untouched. Others argue that she's in on it, and that their marriage has always been more about business than love. One viral comment said, "Beyonce doesn't care what Jay does behind closed doors, as long as the power couple image stays intact." Another fan fired back saying, "Y'all really think Beyonce is clueless? She knows everything, that's why she never looks stressed." And let's not forget the years of whispers about Beyonce allegedly having her own preferences when it comes to relationships. People are connecting those dots again, saying this could explain why she never flinched no matter how wild the Jay-Z rumors got. Now this is where things get even more explosive. The internet has been recycling old rumors about Beyonce's own secret relationships with women. For years, fans have whispered about her alleged flings with female dancers, assistants, and even high-profile women in the industry. Every time a photo or clip of her looking a little too close with another woman surfaces, the speculation roars back louder than ever. One of the most popular theories is that Beyonce once had a private relationship with one of her longtime background dancers. Fans point to old tour footage where the chemistry looked way more than professional. Another name that always pops up is her former assistant. People swear they noticed a certain tension and comfort level between the two that didn't read like just boss and employee. On social media, a fan commented, "It explains why Jay could do what he wanted, because Bey was living her own truth on the low." And then there's the industry chatter that Beyonce's closest friendships with certain female celebs weren't just platonic. Jaguar Wright even claimed that Bey had secret relationships that were carefully hidden by her team to keep the queen's image spotless. If you scroll through social media right now, the reactions to these claims are absolutely insane. Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram are flooded with memes, hot takes, and old clips of Jay-Z and Beyonce being picked apart like never before. People are posting that infamous Diddy clip again, putting clown emojis over Jay's face and writing captions like, "We should have known back then." Some users are flat out dragging the Carters, saying their entire marriage is nothing but smoke and mirrors. One viral tweet read, "Beyonce and Jay ain't relationship goals. They business partners covering for each other." Another fan clapped back saying, "Even if it's true, who cares? They're billionaires. Y'all stressing for free." That back and forth has kept the topic trending nonstop. On TikTok, creators are stitching together timelines of Jay's old interviews, his Basquiat obsession, Beyonce's rumored girlfriends, and Nas's diss lyrics, trying to prove the puzzle pieces have always been there. The comment sections are wild, with people arguing if this is just messy gossip or if the truth about hip-hop's most powerful couple is finally unraveling. Whether folks believe it or not, the internet can't stop talking, and this scandal is growing bigger by the hour. Another person online added fuel to the fire by saying, "Jay-Z's mom is openly gay. Hav has always been a huge LGBTQ+ supporter, and rumors about him and Leo have been floating around for years." They claim the only reason it's been kept in the shadows is because Jay's entire money machine depends on him being seen as a street legend in the black community. If that image cracks, the empire could take a serious hit. So now the million-dollar question: what happens if Jay-Z or Beyonce finally respond? Up to this point, the Carters have mastered the art of silence, letting rumors die out on their own. But this time, with Rihanna's ex-publicist dropping names, painting vivid scenes, and doubling down without even saying allegedly, the stakes feel way higher than ever before. If Jay-Z chooses to clap back legally, this could get ugly fast. A defamation lawsuit would force receipts into the spotlight, and if Jonathan Hay can't prove his claims, the fallout could be massive. But if even a fraction of what he's saying holds weight, then the world might see cracks in the Carters' empire that money and influence can't easily cover up. Fans are split. Some think Jay will keep ignoring it. Others are convinced Beyonce's next project might throw subtle shots at the chatter like she's done in the past. Either way, the internet is locked in, waiting for that first move. One thing's for sure, if the Carters finally address the whispers, it won't just break the internet. It'll rewrite everything we thought we knew about the most powerful couple in music. But now the real question is, what do you think about Jay-Z getting exposed for allegedly being DL? And do you believe Jonathan actually has the receipts he swears he does? Or is this just another messy industry tale with no proof? Sound off in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want more deep dives like this.